Hey everyone, this is Susie, and I want to get this in frame just a little bit there. I wanted to share with you a couple of altered traveler's notebooks. I was at Michael's last weekend, and I found these really nice little traveler's notebooks. They were $9.99. They had all kinds of colors. I think they had a really pretty kind of blue one, and they had chocolate and kind of a beigey tan. But anyway, I just kind of altered mine a little bit, altered the cover. And I actually did some stitching around the book, around its cover. It was just plain. And I added a little metal piece. This is Tim Holtz, and a little, I think this is a 7Gypsies like locker pin or something, and added some seam binding. The little metal piece's life. I added some crocheted lace. I kind of just sewed it on the binding. On the book. It is stitched on the sides, and it's stitched on the spine, and it is stitched over here on the side so it won't come off. The elastic on this traveler's notebook is in the back, which I thought was kind of different because all the others are on the spine. So anyway, kind of different. It did come with 2 inserts and a craft file folder. Now I took the 2 inserts out, and I actually just did my own inserts and inserted them in here. I did keep the craft file folder in it. This is stitched, and it actually has a little bit of glue so that it would not come kind of get frayed there. I'm going to kind of move my phone. It's going off. And anyway, this here I thought was kind of neat. I just kind of stitched it. This could actually be used as a little tuck spot here. If you needed to use it for that. And also on the inside you could use it for a little tuck spot for something. But anyway, like I said, I just added my own inserts to this. I just got a craft cover. And then I got some fabric at Joann's, and it's owl. So this is Who. And it's stitched, of course, with some darker thread. Let me check and make sure I've got it all in frame. It has some of the crocheted lace sewed in it, some writing tablet paper. I have a Starbucks bag that I've simply just stitched on each side. And of course my copy dyed papers with some little fabric tabs. And just a lot of stitching. Here's another little owl stitched on some parchment paper. And then here's a little fabric tip-it or tip-in, whatever you want to call it. And then here is just some really pretty little green and pink fabric that I've just kind of gathered and stitched or tucked, what do you want to call that, however you want to call that sewing on it. I call it kind of gathered. And then here is some really pretty little lace sewn on that page. Another little one sewn on the side, a little fabric tippet. Here I've got just a little fabric owl that I've stitched on this paper here. And then parchment, and that's what it mainly is, just my fabrics, either on the pools tabs or the other half of that bag. Here I've just sewed some more of that there on the ledger paper, but that's what it mainly is on this one. Here I've got a pocket. I just cut out a little picture of the owls there. And, oops. I've got glue on my hands a little bit. I was working earlier on something and didn't get it all off. And here's another of the craft covers here. I did stitch around the covers. So covers I left plain in case you had a dashboard you wanted to put in there, or actually wanted to decorate the cover yourself. Here I've just got some grays. Here's a gray little fabric tab, another Starbucks bag, and which I did sew down the sides. Here's another little tippet there, little tab. Here I've sewed some of that lace on the, and this is really pretty lace. I don't know if you can see this, but this is probably my favorite. They're like little flowers is what it is. And I think I got that at Hobby Lobby actually. Really pretty. And then here is some more of that gathered fabric. Here is how I've done, of course I've just used jute or twine there to I think this is called hemp cord, but I just call it jute. Same thing. To bind the insert. And let's see. The other part of that bag, and here's some more just crocheted lace sewed on. And anyway, this is the 2 inserts and then the other file folder. And here is the back. This is actually the elastic there. But anyway, this is one of the altered little books I did, Traveler's Notebook. And also, this here does have where you could hang the charms. This does pull out on the elastics, this little bead here, and you could actually easily put charms on there. So anyway, this I'm going to have listed on my blog. It will be this and then of course the 2 plain inserts together, and I'm going to have that listed on my blog if anybody's interested. And then here is the other Traveler's Notebook that I kind of altered a little bit. The cover was already stitched, so I didn't do that. But this is a Michaels one, and I think this one was like $12.96, and it only came with 1 insert, and it was a real heavy weight cardstock insert. Didn't have a whole lot of pages in it, and I actually took that out, and then it has 4 in there now that I had already had here at the house, so, or in my stash. But this is a canvas cover. I don't know if anybody has seen this at Michael's, but this is a canvas cover here. And then here I have some white stitching, which, because the pages were white, they're not coffee dyed or anything, and they're the ones that have the staples. They're just stapled in. I actually just started where my machine would and stitched around, did some stitching. But anyway, here is some stitching. It's in white, and I don't know if the camera will pick that up, but all the pages there that are white, have white stitching, are going to be kind of hard to see in the video. But here I've used some red, and this is just Friends. I did some red and green stitching in this book. I've used some really bright, bold colors, which is not really what I do. So it's kind of out of my box to use these bright, bold colors. Here's some more stitching, just zigzagging, straight stitch there in the white. Here's just some of that gathered down the page. Some more red stitching up here. This insert, I think I did the red stitching, and in the back one I did some green stitching. But like I said, a lot of the pages do have the white stitching. You just can't see it in the video. Like here is some zigzagged white stitching and straight stitch there. And then here is just this is to hold the other insert in. I've got a craft insert kind of attached to the white one there. And then here is Butterfly that I've just kind of stitched on. It's got some red stitching down here. And then here, this here is just a little kind of like a little pocket if you had note paper or something you wanted to stick in there. Kind of cute. Some more of the red stitching there. Another little butterfly there with some white stitching on the page. Just my red over there. And then this one has the white stitching, and I just kept the white stitching in the craft insert. And it's just mainly just stitched. This would just be mainly for your journaling here. You know, I did put the fabric tabs. Here's some white stitching along here. But anyway, that's the craft insert with the fabric tabs. And then here is another craft one. same way. I've just did the fabric tabs and did a little stitching on the pages in this one. There's some white stitching here. And anyway, the fabric tab, so anyway, that's kind of just what that is. Some white stitching there. Okay, and here will be the other white insert. So this one has 4 inserts. Here is some fabric, and of course this has green stitching here. The white stitching on the cover, I did stitch around the cover piece. Just a little flower there stitched in. I have some white stitching along here, green stitching there, white around this edge, just a lot of stitching. Here's a little flip fabric. Here's some green stitching, and here's just I used a Martha Stewart edge punch for that sheet there. Green stitching, green fabric. This fabric here I actually got it Tuesday morning. There's a little place for kind of tuck something in like so and hold it in place. I got it at Hobby Lobby some time back. They only had 2 and I bought both of them, both packages. It had the greens here, the yellows, the reds, anyway, orange. It was really, really pretty, and I thought I'd do something with it sometime. And even though they were kind of bright for me, I tend to like things more vintage and brown tones and things, tans. But anyway, this is the other little altered canvas traveler's notebook from Michaels, and I'm going to have it listed also there on the blog if anybody's interested. So anyway, just wanted to do a quick share of these. And then also, one more thing I wanted to share. I don't know if anybody else is like me. I did not know that 7Gypsies had these new Architextures. They are really cute. A friend of mine had these sent to me. She ordered them from Blitsy. But I did not know that 7Gypsies had anything like this. I love this little composition notebook. This is just, the papers already look coffee dyed or coffee stained. It is so cute. I wished it fit in my Mr. Darcy. It's so cute, but it's too big. I mean, it's too wide. But it is absolutely adorable. And it's the composition book by 7Gypsies, Architextures. And then I got these little purses and some little mason jars. And this is like a little drinking cup mason jar. Here is the Sunshine Coffee, and I don't know if there's a glare, but this is the Sunshine Coffee jar. It is so cute. Here is a vintage sewing machine, which I'm going to do a junk journal in this, in the sewing sometime. And then here are some teacups, some little shoes. I mean, how cute is this? Here's just like a statue, a woman there. I mean, these are just absolutely gorgeous. And then this is some parchment paper that, oh, I know what I'm going to do with some of this. I'm going to actually line a junk journal with it. But look at this. Is this not, I mean, how cute is that? I mean, decoupage or whatever. This would be amazing. And it is parchment paper. So anyway, these are just some new things from 7Gypsies that I thought was just absolutely fantastic. I fell in love with this. So anyway, just kind of wanted to do a share of that with you. And anyway, if anybody's like me, though, I did not know. I just did not know that 7Gypsies had come out with this. And especially that little notebook. That is just too cute beyond words. So anyway, thanks so much for watching.